Hi guys, my name's Skidd, welcome back to my channel and a brand new video. Today we're going to be discussing a recent event that occurred in the UK, specifically Birmingham. It's like a BTEC London for all you people overseas. Basically what happened is, you know how celebrities go on tour to see their fans, etc. They come over, sing a little song, do a little dance and get to charge £20 million a ticket. Well, that's kind of what happened, except this person didn't charge anything and they didn't sing, they didn't dance, they just cut a piece of rope. So who is this person, you ask, and why am I making a whole big deal out of it? Why am I making a video out of it? Well, unless you've been living in your uncle's basement for the past 4 years, you'll be familiar with the YouTube famous makeup artist James Charles. He's making quite a stance on social media right now. He was the guy that actually visited Birmingham, he was the guy that cut the rope, and he will be the topic of our video. So if you don't know James Charles, then let me give you a brief rundown. James is a 19-year-old social media star from Bethlehem, New York, not to be confused with the Bethlehem where that Jesus bloke was born. Sure, he wasn't born in a stable. This guy has a small following of just 14 million, as well as an additional 14 million on Instagram. He basically uploads things like makeup tutorials, reviews, challenges, and you know, the general. Anyway, before we say any more, before we go any further, let me just say this bloke is really something else. Okay, I'd like you to know I'm very much a heterosexual male, but damn, this guy's hot. Anyway, on to topic now. This guy took a tour to Birmingham to present the grand opening of popular makeup store Morphe. If you're not familiar with Morphe, then don't worry about it. I only just found out at Christmas when my girlfriend asked for a 98 grand face paint set. But anyway, with James come a few of his fans, just a few, like 8,000 or something like that. Nothing really, just like half of my subscribers. Anyway, so Top Donny James here took a trip to Birmingham and he opened a shop. He opened a shop for all his fans. Seems pretty harmless, right? A well-respected bloke doing something good for his fan base and for the community. No. It was actually a major issue. It was an absolute disgrace to the whole of Birmingham, and this guy is basically a criminal. According to the media, that is. This is all media related. Yes, after James made his visit and his Of course. After James made his visit and his 8,000 screaming fans turned up, the media, let's just say they weren't too happy about it. In particular, Mail Online News, they said, WhoTube, virtually unknown US vlogger and his 8,000 screaming fans brings Birmingham city centre to a shock standstill. With the extra police drafted in amid crush, fears as he opens cosmetics store. As if that wasn't enough of a title for you. Oh no, you mean the poor policemen they're doing their jobs. They're doing their jobs. Now, I have a lot of respect for the police force and what they bring, but the media makes it out as if there's just random blokes and women just sorting this stuff out. Like, these are trained professionals, okay? 8,000 teenage girls is clearly a major problem in one of the UK's largest cities, but 90,000 drunk men beating the shit out of each other as they exit Wembley Stadium. That's fine. No worries, mate. You carry on. See, the problem with the media is that they choose who they like and they dislike. As I said before, if a football game's on, 90,000 in a football stadium, that's acceptable. But 8,000 teenage girls, you know, not even a tenth of Wembley Stadium, who, let's be honest, don't even own a car, that's an issue. I also thought the title was pretty intriguing where it says WhoTube and virtually unknown when directing James, like, Sophie, you're irrelevant. You write newspaper articles, okay?
Irrelevant now, but hey, irrelevant. Irrelevant. You're irrelevant.
You know there's an age restriction to writing news articles where you have to be at least 45 before you can start typing this garbage. And I sure bet, Sophie, you don't have 14 million social media followers. But you thought that was it. You thought it was only online. Just a news article, nothing much. But no, it wasn't. This was actually everywhere. This was on the radio, this was in newspapers, posters, you know, you name it. And surprise, it was on the telly. Take a look at this.
YouTube makeup star James Charles. He was there to open a new store, but his appearance came at the same time city centre traffic became gridlocked for hours.
And it took me an hour and a half to get home. How long did it take you to get home?
About the same. About the same. It was amazing. Yeah. But actually, how do you, for a makeup star? I mean, you do beautiful makeup. Why? You know, you get yourself on YouTube.
That's because I take advice from a woman, not a man. I take advice from a woman, not a man. I take advice from a woman, not a man. I take advice from a woman, not a man.
I take advice from a woman, but not a man. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you here, Margaret, and I'm sure the whole of Birmingham City Centre will back me up as well. You need the James Charles palette, which, by the way, was created by a man. As I just said about the age thing, this elderly woman clearly underestimates the power of the sisterhood, and moreover, any male makeup artist. I'd take James over you any day. I'm going to be honest, it's really not what's about in the pants, especially in 2019. If you're going to be a news reporter, you need to keep up with the trends, understand how the world works. You think being transgender or bisexual or even wearing makeup as a man is weird? No, it's not. Not only are you a raging sexist, you're also a bit of a bitch. And you'll never guess what? That's still not the end of it. No, it was on the radio, and actually James was sitting in the car of an Uber when this come on the radio, so it is another clip.
Paid enough
10 million? We're at 13, almost 14 million. I don't think so.
Waiting outside the building. Yeah, I've had 10 million social media hits as well. But oh no, I think he gets 10 million viewers. That's very different to hits.
Yep.
I cover fame. Why don't I know about James Charles? Oh. Given that I read every newspaper every day. 0345 606 973. Because I feel very sorry for West Midlands Police. How the hell could they have been known?
Oh
they
my God!
To know that this fellow was going to attract 8,000.
So right now, this radio host is commending the police force for handling the situation. He's clearly giving his sympathies to them, but as I said before, this is what they're paid to do. They're not doing this shit for free, and they were right to do it. They have to do it at any other big event, like a football game or a festival, and what's James supposed to do about it? It's becoming quite clear that they're slacking James off to a personal level for all the ruckus that has been caused, when he's quite clearly built a very impressive business, or an empire, you might say, at just 19 years old. But you know what you should do, James, mate? You know what you should do? Just stop being famous. Get a flannel, grab a bar of soap, and just scrub it off, mate. Just scrub all the fame off. Get it all off you. People like this, and James especially, never decided to become famous. But with someone as big as James, there will always be a lot of people around him. Is he just supposed to not leave his house in case, you know, he attracts too much attention?
Because clearly you didn't do your research on how powerful the sisters are. That's not on. Oh my God, you guys, the craziest thing just happened. So you just watched my Snapchat story of me and Cassie in the car with our Uber driver, listening to that radio station host talk about the meet and greet yesterday, saying how he had no idea who I was, how he was not sure why I was famous or why 8,000 people showed up, and how it was crazy and like all this crap. And he asked people to call in on a certain number and give their opinion. So me and Cassie just thought it would be hilarious to try to call in. Our Uber driver got us the number, so we called and we got through. And I was like, hello, this is James Charles. Put me through immediately. So they did. And I just got a chance to literally talk to James O'Brien live on LBC, which apparently is like the biggest radio station here in the UK. I told him all about the sisterhood. He was so nice. He apologized for his ignorance. I said, it's okay, girl. Not everybody watches makeup tutorials, but everybody's going to be in the sisterhood one day.
And despite all of the things that's gone on, you know, the abuse James has taken, he actually calls up the radio guy and praises him on his public Snapchat, saying, oh, he was so nice, he apologised, you know, after being slagged off across potentially the entire nation that could be tuned into that radio station. And I think we all have to give him credit for that. If it were me, you know, I'd probably just tell him to and that he's a massive and research it, because he's a... Anyway, boys, that wraps it up for today's video. I do hope you all enjoyed. Remember to smash that like button if you did find the video entertaining or informative in any way. I mentioned in my last video as well to go and follow my Twitter, so that'll be in the description. As I said, I post all memes, juicy content, you know. It's actually just garbage, don't follow it. And if you are a part of the Sisterhood army, just as I am, remember to subscribe for more juicy gossip just like this. But that is pretty much all from me. So again, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see all you boys in the next video. Take care.